Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. Well, I'll tell you one thing I don't think I hardly ever have talked about in all the years coming on the radio talking about fishing is the threat of infection to the fish. I have mentioned that in the rest of the world, carp are the number one sport fish, except here in the United States. People love to fish for carp, and they love their carp. And by loving them, they carry around antibiotics and salves and so forth to put on the fish's mouth after they take the hook out so it won't become infected. And is almost like, I don't know, bizarre that seemed at the time when I sort of witnessed it and learned about it. The more I think about it, it really makes sense, because just like us, any of these fish that are swimming out there, they have protections built into themselves to fight against infection. They have like the slime that covers some of the fish, especially trout. That's their barrier to infection. That's what fights it off. And if you remove that slime, like you would with your hands or a net or whatever, you really reduce the ability for that fish to fight off whatever wound it received in battling and being caught by you. And I've thought of it, of all the bass that I've caught this last couple of years, especially in the Grass or the Racket River, where I fish a lot, and I'm catching a lot, and a lot of them are small, and I'm really careful to try to get the hook out as carefully as I can. But a lot of times they'll start bleeding, and they aren't even bleeding from deep wounds. But the fact that they're bleeding means that they've been penetrated, that things are happening. And they are subject to infection just like anything else, whether it's an animal or a person. And I've thought about this, and I've thought about all the care that we are learning that we need to take in protecting the fish that have become not only the great sport of our area, but hopefully the great sort of economic driver of our area. So the next time you go out there and you catch a bunch of fish and you release them, be thinking, not only do we, if we're in the St. Lawrence River, really need to learn how to fizz a fish to release that pressure, but also we should be aware that we have to be very careful that we don't put those fish in danger for infection. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.